My name is Shalene, and for this week's public speaking assignment, I'm going to be talking about my experiences as a volunteer. So, I just started volunteering in the summer. It's currently November, and it's been a great experience. So I think I'll talk about the pros and cons today. I think that's a pretty solid plan. So, I'll start with the pros. First off, it has been so wonderful. I volunteer at the zoo in my area, so I've gotten so many wonderful pictures of the animals because I've done several shifts. I've done early morning shifts, afternoon and evening shifts, so I see all stages of animals. I shouldn't say all stages. I do one of the 3 time slots. So I've seen the animals in the morning, noon, and evening, which is wonderful. Like I said, great pictures, or even just experiencing things, The snow leopards, after 5, they like to play around, and so they kind of have a cat fight, if you know what I'm saying. And in the morning, the red pandas are extremely active, they're crawling around on their logs, and it was just such a wonderful thing to experience. Another pro is getting to work on my people skills. I've always been a social person, but everyone can improve, right? So this summer was a great learning experience for me to deal with different kinds of people, people who are angry, or people who maybe aren't the best at socializing, and so you kind of have to ask them what their question is, or they're afraid to approach me. It's totally fine. I understand, because I have also been intimidated to approach a volunteer, even though they are young. So, actually, I think that it's valid to fear young people more than old people, because usually young people are much more judgmental. I'm not as judgmental as other teenage girls, I like to say. So, not to put down other people, just saying, I am approachable. Moving on. Another pro is the work experience. And I think that I didn't know how important work experience was before I started looking for jobs. The place where I work gives you great references, gives you great work experience. Just like actually working on the job and being able to say that you put in 90 hours over a couple months, shows that you are dedicated and that you don't need money to show how hard you can work. I think that's another very important lesson that volunteering has taught me, how you don't need to earn money for everything you do. You should not expect money for everything you do, because that is impractical. Not how life works, at least thus far. So, now I think I'll add a couple cons into the mix. You're not always comfortable. I will say 3 to 5 hours is a lot of wear on your legs and feet, even in good supportive shoes. The heat was also a factor, you have to be expected to last through several weathers, or wind, rain, sun, hail. Haven't gotten through hail. Also haven't done snow, but that could also ice. All problems, that you gotta work through. Also, where I live, layering is a very important part of being comfortable outside, or even just being safe. Luckily, I have not done any winter shifts, but I want to soon, because it is fun working at the zoo, and I think it could be very interesting to see the animals in the winter. So, layering is going to be challenging. That could be a challenge you face. Maybe you layer too much. Where are you going to put all your stuff? Maybe you layer too little. Now you're cold. All factors into comfort and safety that you need to learn as you go. It's not necessarily taught to you. And another con is not everyone is always nice. I have run into a couple, not as many as I thought I would, but a couple rude people. I was very put off at first, I will say that. I have not known many people who have been rude to volunteers, but here they were, not even hiding it. We were in a crowded place, you know. I was very shocked, but that's another part of life, so just learn to deal with it, you know, let loose, stay chill. They can be mad. You have to keep your composure. The last pro I will talk about is I think that my patience has gotten way better. I don't know if everyone else in my life will say that, but personally I think that there has been even the tiniest improvement because I've had to deal with a couple difficult people or difficult situations. So overall, volunteering is fun, useful, and teaches you great life lessons. I would highly recommend it for those of you who are maybe on the fence, or maybe your parents are telling you go volunteer and you're like, I don't want to volunteer. You should do it. It's really fun. Like I said, great work experience if you want to get good references on your job application. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.